Alright guys, let's have a chat. I'm gonna have a cup of tea. Let's have a little tea talk. So I feel kind of weird filming this video because it's still something I definitely struggle with, so I'm not an expert. But I got a question on my channel asking, how do I combat loneliness while living in a studio apartment? I talk up living in a studio all day long. I really love it. I don't regret it at all, but it's not always easy. You wouldn't think it, but I hate being alone. When I had good roommates, I loved having roommates. Like I love having people around all the time. I'm a total people person. I don't do well alone. It's just not who I am. So living in a studio was kind of different for me. I feel like it was something I needed to do. It was time for me to move out on my own and time for me to not have roommates anymore. I had a couple of really bad experiences in the last couple of years with roommates, and it was just the final straw. Maybe one day I'll tell you about my horrific roommate stories, but that's for another day. But when I moved out on my own, it's freaking lonely. I had a really hard time at first because I would see my boyfriend all the time and he'd spend a bunch of time here, but even still, all of a sudden I found myself being alone all the time, and it was hard. It can be depressing sitting in your 400 square foot home by yourself all day. I would try and keep myself busy and like clean and do things to make the time go by and not feel alone, but once that's all done, you're alone. That was something I really had to accept. I feel like that was step one, was like accepting and learning and then like working towards it. So because I knew that, I would be upfront and honest with my friends and I'd be like, hey, I've been getting kind of lonely. Can we plan out something for the next weekend or next week and you guys can come over and have dinner? If you haven't, check out my videos of me having my friends over and hosting a dinner party in my studio apartment. But that became really easy, and that's kind of become a thing for us now, is I'll invite them over and I'll make something easy like spaghetti and meatballs, and we'll just have dinner in my apartment, but it's like quality time where you can sit and catch up, just have those interactions, you know? My second piece of advice would be to find something to occupy your time, like find a hobby, like whether you pick up that you love outdoor cycling or that you are an avid hiker, or why are these all fitnessy? I don't do anything like this. Find something that occupies your time. So I ended up deciding I'm gonna film YouTube videos, and I got a camera and I got a tripod and I started making videos on living in a studio apartment, and that's what I do in my free time now, and it's something that keeps me occupied, but it's something to do. I don't feel as lonely, like I'm busy, and it's nice, like a lot of the time once I've filmed them, like I'll take my memory card and my computer and I'll go sit at a coffee shop and I'll edit videos there. And even though I may not like be interacting with people, just like being around people, getting yourself out of the house, that's so important. Like you have to find things to do that'll get you outside of your studio, embrace the outside world. It's so weird. I feel like I'm letting you in on like my actual like personal life. So as I kept living here and I was already making YouTube videos and I was like scheduling out time with my friends, like even still, I don't like being alone. I would get anxiety about it. I would get really anxious about like coming home from work and I'd make dinner by myself and I'd get ready for bed and I'd just be by myself, and then I'd go to bed and I'd be by myself. I feel like I started putting a lot of pressure on my boyfriend that he had to spend more time with me, even though like that's never how we've been. Like I did this to myself. Ultimately, like what it came down to was I realized I needed this little love of my life. Oh, he's so sleepy. I needed something. He rescued me. Like it got rid of my anxiety. I felt like I had a purpose. I would come home and be excited to be here because I would take Louis on walk, going to bed and having him sleep by my feet and waking up and him being there. It gave me a purpose. It gave me something to do. Having just this little ball of compassion and love. Ugh, you guys can't see him right now, but he's so stinking cute. Look at how he's just laying there. He's the cutest thing I've ever seen. I love him so much. I can't believe it took me so long to realize I should probably get a dog. Like this would be something really good for me. And honestly, like it's been so good for my mental well-being to have this little guy that I'm responsible for and I need to take care of him. That's my advice. That's insight into my life. And I definitely had quite a bit of anxiety when I moved in on how to learn to like time by yourself, like how to take time by yourself and enjoy it. I hope that helped. I hope you like this video. I hope it's not just depressing and weird and you're over there being like, I love time by myself. This is why I'm moving into a studio, and I'm just like, I hate being alone all the time. I feel so awkward doing this. Well, thanks for watching. If you like this video and you like seeing more personal things, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. If you have any questions or you have any advice on how to combat loneliness, I think it'd be great if you comment below. Not only would I appreciate it, but for other people watching this video, they could read the comments and then see like what other people think to do. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. I make videos on tips, tricks, and organization for living in a studio. I'd love to be able to bring you along my studio apartment adventure. Can you tell how awkward I feel? I feel like this whole video is just a bundle of awkward. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.